Yes, this event was called Digital Future of Healthcare, and this is very much about how we work, how we can get the digital part into the future of healthcare, which is also going to be more personalized than we know today. And we have worked in this setting with a sustainability health index, so we're also trying to look at data around healthcare system, how we can compare and how we can learn from best practices. But we can also see that the next big battle we have is what happens when we begin to use data and digital systems more. We begin to use the knowledge, and if we want to move towards more personalized system, it will mean evidence-based care for one, and how do we then do that? So we should also be aware of the importance for healthcare systems. One thing is that we see digital applications and data used much more outside the healthcare system and we see inside the healthcare system. But there are several things in this. First and foremost, we do produce a lot of data in many countries. Some countries don't produce that much data, but we don't use the data we produce. So we need to go back and really focus on how can we use this data for better outcome. But it also means that we need to see the healthcare cost as an investment and not as a budgetary cost. It means that we need to move from a single-year approach to a lifespan approach, so it actually pays off to do prevention. And in the end, it's not just about the clinical data, it's also about the lifestyle data, the behavioral data. How can we work with combining these things? And we need to give tools to the individual persons, because in the end, if we want personalized health, some of the responsibility needs to be on the person, but we need, as countries, as frames, to give them the options with tools that they can use. Genomics is a key part of the future of personalized health paradigm. It's not the whole part, but it's a key part. That's the new biology picture we're gonna have That's the new biology picture we are gonna use as a baseline. I've been focusing on Eastern Europe, because we also need to figure out how do we do this in Eastern European approach. And it would be good if the Eastern European countries could have national programs on genomics, but it's probably much more important that the Eastern European countries, some or all of them, begin to work together and share the responsibility and how to develop this. In the spring of 2019, we worked with 30 of the major health stakeholders in the 4 bigger Nordic countries, Sweden, Norway, Finland and Denmark. And it was very much based on what is the future of health. How can you have a health paradigm that sits in the welfare system, meaning that if it's digital and if it's genomics, how can we align these things? So this has to go above the national interest and be more collaborative, because we need big populations. But mostly it needs to be value based on economics, so you get an outcome. But it also has to have values that we can tame the development of new technology with. And what we also agreed on is that we need to have what we call a 5-5 aspiration. So half of the budget should be curative, half should be on prevention. And we have also some core values to base it on. But it's also very important to state here that we are seeing that if we want to have a specific European role in this era, where we see a lot of development in Asia and in North America, especially US, we actually need to frame it.